When it comes to platform fighters, one controller reigns supreme, the Gamecube controller. Fighting game players are picky too, and a good controller can go for upwards of $100. There's always an audience for controllers that can copy the majesty of the cube, but the attempts aren't always winners. Nyxi made waves in the Gamecube loving community last year when they released the Wizard, a set of Joy-Cons in the shape of the Gamecube controller. While I was impressed by its feature set, it wasn't quite the cubey experience I was wanting. That said, it still made for a great controller to play Rivals of Aether with when I didn't have access to a proper Gamecube controller. Nyxi just dropped their newest cube-like controller, the Nyxi Warrior, and not only is it going to replace my Wizard for platform fighters, but it might replace my classic Gamecube controller too. While the team at Nyxi sent me the Hyperion Pro in the past for free, I didn't receive a response when sending a request for this controller. I was still really eager to check this out, so this was paid for out of my own pocket. While the controller comes in purple, black, and orange, I opted for the Spice Orange controller because that's the one I grew up with. Plus, it's orange, like Fleet, my Rivals 2 main, and I mostly got this for playing that game. The Warrior isn't just like any other GameCube-style Switch controller. It can connect to PC and mobile as well, using Bluetooth or a USB-C cable. However, if you've got a GameCube or Wii, the Warrior comes with a dongle that lets you plug it into a standard GameCube port. If you've got a GameCube controller adapter for Wii U or Switch, you can even use that as well. If you're not a fan of needing to pair your controller to multiple devices, you can actually pair the Warrior with the dongle and plug it into your Switch or PC too. It kind of looks silly, but it's convenient that you don't need to repair every time you want to switch devices. I've also seen some folks asking, does this work with Steam Deck? The answer is yes! The only complaint that I have about the controller's connection is that it doesn't appear that you can have a wired connection to a GameCube. That's by no means a deal breaker for me, but it might be for competitive Melee players out there who say that every millisecond of input lag matters. When picking the Warrior up, the first thing you'll notice is that it feels really premium. I've reviewed a lot of third-party controllers, but this one just feels nice. It gets even better when you press the buttons and hear that satisfying click. These use optical switches, similar to a mouse click, and that makes every press register without issue. The D-pad is an improvement over any GameCube controller I've used. It's a disc, which I'm a fan of, and it's nice and clicky. Finally, you have a good controller for playing 2D platformers on GameCube, but I'll be using this for platformers on Switch and PC as well. The bumpers have a satisfying click to them too, and I prefer them over the original Z button. The triggers also have analog input for GameCube games that utilize it. If you prefer having a digital press with less travel, there are switches that can reduce the length of your ZL and ZR trigger push, a signature feature of premium controllers like the Xbox Elite. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again, back buttons aren't my thing, but I'm happy for those of you who like them. You can program them to any button or a macro. But hey, if you're like me and don't like them, you can remove the back buttons, which is a really nice touch. What really put Nyxi on the map though, were its Hall effect joysticks. When Nyxi promised a drift-free controller with the Wizard, they meant it. I still haven't seen any drift from my Wizard, and in theory, I probably never will. Thankfully, the beloved Hall effect sticks return in the Nyxi Warrior, and they feel better than ever. The Warrior comes with octagonal gates and a classic C stick installed, but circular gates and a normal stick are included in the box as well. The gates and sticks are removable, so you're welcome to customize your controller as you see fit. My only complaint is I wish they would include a traditional GameCube style left stick. It feels like everyone making these GameCube style controllers isn't doing this, but that's my favorite part of the controller. Nyxi, if you release a stick like that, this controller will be perfect. Before I wrap this up, I want to touch on the few features I forgot to mention. There's a turbo option, which is great for when you need to mash a button. The rumble is way nicer than most other third-party controllers, and this has gyro, so don't worry, you can still play with tilt controls. All in all, the Nyxi Warrior isn't just my favorite third-party GameCube-style controller, but possibly one of my favorite controllers ever. It has a premium feel with its clicky buttons and Hall effect sticks, maintains the nostalgic form factor of the GameCube, allows for all kinds of customization, and manages to work across multiple different platforms. This is going to be my go-to controller for Rivals 2, Smash Bros, and any GameCube games I want to play. It's cheaper than most high-end GameCube controllers nowadays, and it does way more. I honestly think it's worth every penny. But what do you think? Is this GameCube style controller the one we've been waiting for, or are you gonna stick with another? If you want to nab one, you can save on it with code IndieAlpaca at checkout, or by using my link in the description below. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll catch you next time!